Yeah, I told the group that the way that we fought back is what the expectation is now. You know that this is the type of behavior that we want to see, but we want to see this from the beginning. I think this is something that we have to challenge ourselves on, to where we put ourselves in a really difficult situation, and that's been a little bit too consistent lately, where we have to fight back out of hard circumstances. Um, on the flip side of that, though, the way that we fight and the way that we continue to go at the match, that's something that the group can feel good about going into this break. And, especially with some of the young players that were on the field in the end. You have a 17-year-old at left center back. Garrison Tubbs had his first start tonight in his rookie season. Jacob Merle is 19. Jackson Hopkins, 19. Christian Fletcher, 18. Koo scores a goal. He's 22. So, I mean, we're a lot of these young guys are gaining valuable experience in these situations, and they're fighting and they're showing that they have quality to be able to help us compete and get points. So that's how I would summarize tonight.
This team has leaned heavily on Christian, particularly for goal scoring. Just how pleased are you to see that comeback unfold when you do not have him to lean on in those final moments?
Yeah, that's a hard one to give that type of narrative to, because without Christian, our group looks a lot different, and I'm very hopeful that he's going to recover quickly and not be out for very long. For what we did whenever he went off the field, I think that's a very bright spot for some of these guys that got to come into the game and impact the game. But over the course of the next 17 matches, if we want to have a chance to be able to get where we want to get, then we need Christian Benteke in our lineup.
Do you have an update on what the injury was for him?
Just a little bit of a muscular issue, and I'm not even sure exactly where it is, but it was. I don't think it's something that's going to be severe, out for a few weeks, but it's obviously enough to bring him out of the match, and we'll see over the next couple of weeks how he recovers. It's good that we have this international break.
And do you have an update on Birnbaum?
That one's a little bit more concerning. Steve came into this season and really battled to get himself fit, and he just kind of had a moment in the first half where he felt something in his knee. So we're gonna have to see again what the evaluation is, but I'm concerned about that one in terms of the length. I would say right now versus where Christian is, and I would imagine that's going to be a shorter timeline.
Steve? Yeah, you've lost a number of defenders, having to bring Acrimoni back from Loudon. You're going to bring Sargis back at this point as you keep losing defenders?
Yeah, without Matty Peltola tonight being suspended and Christian Dahome, those are two guys that can fill in different defensive positions for us. So those are two that will be back into the squad out of the international break. And I was really pleased with Matai tonight. I talked to him a lot about trying to gain valuable minutes and experience with Loudon, and he took that on in a really great manner. And I was a little reluctant actually to bring him back into the squad, because I don't want to take away from a young player's development if I don't know for sure that he's going to impact the team. But tonight's circumstance, he got an opportunity, and I think because of the matches he had recently with Loudon and that experience, he was in good form for us in that second half.
Okay, Troy. This question, I don't know how you're gonna find it, but Toronto is starting the game. We having this first score in 2 minutes when we started.
Yeah.
And I think it's difficult to see that when we see the United working so hard in training camp.
Yeah, you make a good point. The last two matches, we give up goals within the first 5 minutes of a match, and when that happens, it changes the complexion of the match. I mean, the psychology of the match changes, the tactics change a little bit, and so this is something that we have to address. And I think you could say that a little bit to the start of the second half as well. Sometimes for us during this first half of the season, we don't start strong enough. So I take full responsibility for that first and foremost. And we're gonna coming into the back half of the season, we have to make an improvement in this type of area.
What do you think about the goal, the score, Cudi Pietro? We saw Jared Straw. He was the one who was supposed to be score the goal, but do you think it was lack of Cudi Pietro, or
No.
something that you were planning doing?
No, I mean this is a great question as well. I think that Jared obviously takes a really nice shot on goal, and Sean Johnson makes an incredible save. But we talk about finishing plays all the time, and it's actually like look at Koo's other goal that he scores at St. Louis. It's not a coincidence that he's in those positions often to be able to get another opportunity at goal. And I think that one more time when we talk about the next half of the season, that the last 17 matches, we're going to need Koo to step up and get goals, create goals for us, and I'm happy that he was able to get his second goal of the year.
What are your thoughts on how the team played Lesesne in the first half and the adjustments made in the second to kind of limit his ability?
Yeah, I thought in the first half, actually, I know he scores the goal and he has some impact down the right side. He's an incredibly talented player. But I thought whenever we were aggressive and we were in our way, which that's not just going against him, I would say that in general in the first half and the second half, then we had a lot of ball wins like we want to. This is something we pride ourselves on, is how many times we can disrupt an opponent and win the ball high up the field so we can get the goal. But when we sat off of him, he punished us, and this is something that, again, we have to take responsibility for when you go up against a player like that. You can't give him time and space.
And real quickly, you mentioned before it's going to be good during this international break to get bodies back, but how much do you also want to address in the second half of the season, getting additional bodies to increase the depth that you guys are lacking?
Yeah, I've tried to paint an honest picture about what 2024 looks like in terms of the transactions that we're going to be able to make. And when we came into this situation and I came into the job with Ali Mackay, we knew that 2024 wasn't going to be a year in which we turn over the roster a ton and bring a lot of players in, just because of where we are with our player salary budget and some of the decisions that have been made prior to us coming in. But we have found ourselves to be creative, to find a few solutions, I think. And, I'm hopeful that one or two of those come through and whenever the transfer window opens back up.
Also interested, following up on that creativity aspect, I noticed Ted scores a goal, comes right out. I suspect you were planning to sub in immediately anyway. Earlier than you might expect, Hopkins was also subbed. Are you deliberately resting players because of their high work rates?
No, tonight I was ready. I was prepared for the guys to be able to go 90 minutes that could, right, that were fit. And what I wanted to do, I think, with Jackson took a little bit of a knock, so that's what was going on with that change. And then I think Gabby was really impactful when he came on, and I was happy with his impact. And I just wanted to continue to try to keep the pressure on at that stage. And Koo scoring, like you saw, it was already a premeditated sub in terms of we wanted to change him. And I think that was the right decision based on how Gabby impacted the game.